Rev up those fryers. It's time for another episode of Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. I'm your host, Carson Anderson, as usual, joined by my co-host, Elijah Stacks. Stacks, another episode, another week. How we doing?
We're doing good. How about yourself?
Dude, pretty good, Fresh week.
Yes, sir.
Get to redo some of the failures of last week.
That's right. Always improving. That's
always improving. Here. That's right. Positive. We are not from New Orleans.
That is a extreme positive.
They are having a bit of a tough go recently. The pass interference,
of course, yes,
in the Saints-Rams game kept them out of the Super Bowl, and now their star prize basketball player Anthony Davis,
the unibrow,
has demanded a trade.
Wow. Or he's decided he won't sign in the offseason. So either way, he's gone.
He said, I want out of here.
Which, hey, that's tough luck for New Orleans, but, it'd be that way for them sometimes.
The unibrow refuses to shave the unibrow, for starters.
For one thing.
Says he wants to play with a contender.
Honestly, at this point, it's kind of like Michael Strahan in the gap in the teeth.
True, very true.
He can't shave it now.
James Harden in the
iconic
beard.
for him, so you just can't.
So he says he wants to play with a contender. He says he won't re-sign this offseason. So if you want something for me, trade me. Where's he going?
Well, I don't really watch NBA a whole lot, so I'm not sure where he might end up. I've heard the Lakers might be a landing spot, which I hope it's not the answer to this question. Maybe the Celtics, but I really don't know potential landing spots for him. But wherever he goes, it's a good player. So I do know that.
The basketball extraordinaire in yourself is correct. So the Lakers are the favorites to land him. I think they're plus 100, plus 150.
Ooh.
Celtics right behind, plus 300. Now, I am a Celtics fan.
Of course, yes.
I do not want him to go to the Lakers. And let me tell you something. Where LeBron goes, he's got to have the cast with him. Everybody's like, LeBron the GOAT, LeBron the GOAT. Miami, he had D-Wade Bosh.
LeBron the GM.
Yes, Le GM, Le Coach, Le Thanos. But
LeBum.
Yes, LeBum. So Miami, Heat and Bosh go with him. Wade was already there. So Bosh goes down, joins them. Super team. Goes to Cleveland. Kyrie gets Kevin Love there. He orchestrates the league to give him Kyle Korver there.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he's got to have his super team. Look what's going on now. I know he's hurt. I know he hasn't played in a little bit. The Lakers are currently 26 and 24, not currently in the playoffs in the West, 9th. They are 2 games back of the 8th seed. LeBron's got to have his supporting cast, man. He's got to have that
star player to get him in the playoffs to compete for a title. But let's be frank. Let's be truthful. That Golden State Warriors team in the playoffs is a different beast.
Oh, they won't beat the
And
Warriors.
They've got Boogie Cousins fresh off the injury, so it doesn't matter. They're not.
It doesn't matter.
I always say this, and I don't know basketball super well, but I do know one thing: the Warriors are a stacked team. Look at their starting 5, great players, all of them. The worst player is what's his name?
Draymond
Green. That's right.
Shoots with the backpack on his back.
Yeah, he is the worst starter on that team, in my opinion. I don't know basketball that well. That's what I just think, and he's still a pretty good player. Donkey. So yeah, he's a good player, but he's the worst one out of those starting 5. So that's a deadly team. So I don't care who he goes to. If he goes to the Lakers, good luck to you. It doesn't matter. Personally,
I would prefer for him to come to the Celtics because I think the Celtics have the best chance right now to take down the Warriors. And if they got AD, I think that would make it even more possible for them to take them down. The only thing is, apparently Boston cannot trade for him. The trade deadline's in 10 days. So these teams have 10 days to try to make a deal for Anthony Davis, or else he won't be dealt until the end of the season. Apparently Boston, there's this rule called the Rose Rule, named after Derrick Rose,
right?
Where you cannot have 2 players on your team who both have a 5-year contract with 30% bonus initiative or something, and that's what Kyrie Irving currently has. So unless they included Kyrie in the deal for Anthony Davis, which they're not going to do because they want to pair them, they can't pursue him until the offseason. But the thing with that is they have the best assets to offer. They have multiple draft picks. They have multiple young players they can offer for him. So if you're New Orleans, you could just take something now, or you could attempt to wait till the offseason and get the best possible thing for him.
Right. That's just NBA draft. NBA trade talk. I'm not really that familiar with. I'm not sure how trades work in the NBA.
Same as football.
So, Celtics got resources to go after him.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not getting rid of Kyrie.
No,
I'm not. He's a good player.
Give us AD
as well. So yeah,
we'll beat the Warriors.
If you got to wait to the offseason, you got to wait to the offseason. But like you said, I think they have a good chance to make a championship push. But like I said, you're not beating the Warriors anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Do you think the league would be competitive if AD went to the Warriors?
I don't think it's competitive now, so no, I don't.
Just you don't keep up with it because of the Warriors' dominance.
Yeah, okay,
right?
so I was never into basketball in the first place, to be quite honest. I don't really watch NBA that much. I do watch college basketball a little bit, but I don't really watch NBA. Anyway, but then recently I've been turned off by it because to me there's no enjoyment in competition anymore because it's the same team in the championship every year, at least the one team, the Warriors. And whoever they face, I don't really see them winning.
I do think they are getting a little more vulnerable. The Rockets took them to 7 last year.
That's true.
And I think that Boston could hang with them. I don't know if Boston would win this year, but all I'm saying is Boston in 5.
And I know that their regular season hasn't been super great, but again, like I said, in the playoffs, it's a different team. That's how most teams operate anyway, and their playoffs are different. So
yeah.
Just because of having a bad, or not really a bad, but just a not top tier regular season doesn't mean they're going to be bad in the playoffs.
That's right. A lot of teams, like Golden State doesn't care in the regular season. They just go.
Yeah, no, they know they're going to be in it anyway, and they're probably going to win it. So I just don't watch it. It's not really fun to me. I do watch the championship, though, but the regular season, all that stuff, no thanks.
Well, let's move on to something you do watch then. The Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Less than a week away. This coming Sunday. As we know, the Rams, rightful or not, are in the Super Bowl facing the Patriots.
That's true, yes.
The hated Patriots. New England opens as a 3-point favorite. Is that shocking to you?
No, not really. I think people will look at Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the experience there, and they think against this young Rams team, they can get her done.
I agree. And
so I'm still picking the Rams, I think, at this point in time. I still see them as the ones that can get it done just because I don't want the Patriots to win, so I'm not going to root for them or predict that they're going to win. So go Rams.
And I hope they can. That defensive line with Sue and Donald is really good. Mm-hmm. They got Todd Gurley, but I think he might be a little banged up. They say he's good to go. C.J. Anderson filling in well. And Jared Goff. So maybe they can get it done. I don't think so.
Look at that team. They have a lot of talent, and they really pursued talent either in the draft or in the free agent market or trades, whatever, to really just bolster that team up to really go for a championship now, which I respect, and they had their defense is full of names. Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, like you said, Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, I think Dante Fowler, I think is his name.
Yeah, they traded for him too, yeah.
Just a lot of big names in the NFL. So, they're really poised to, I think, make a good push here and potentially win this thing. So I'm looking forward to them winning over the Patriots.
I will be rooting for them.
Tom Brady.
I don't know if they will win. I actually don't think they will, but I will be rooting for them.
Well, we'll see. We're hopeful.
Are you sticking with your pick?
In terms of who wins?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I think the Rams are going to win. I just have a gut feeling about it now. And that just probably comes from my hate for the Patriots. See, I think the Rams can win. I really do. I think it'll be a good game. I think
it'll be a good game as well.
That's really what I hope for. That's my biggest thing. If my team's not in it, I want to see a good game. But also, I want to see a good game with the Patriots losing. So that's the ideal.
Part of what I think will make this a great game, we are so lucky. CBS has this game. So Tony Romo will be commentating, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback.
Yes, love Tony Romo.
One of the best, I did not think when he went to be a commentator he'd be this good. He is a great commentator. He's my favorite.
I think this is his broadcasting career. Now people are seeing how smart he really was at football. If you doubted it beforehand, you should know now. He was an offensive mastermind, and people said he wasn't clutch, whatever, when he played, and that may be true, but he knew how to run an offense. That's for sure. So he's a great commentator too. So I love listening to the CBS games. They're so good.
Combo of Tony Romo and Jim Nantz will be brought to the Super Bowl. I think that'll make the game better. You can say it's just commentators. I think it will make the game better.
Commentators, you hear their voice the entire game, so you got to have the ones you like, and I like those too. So especially Tony. So that's just me being a homer though. So go Cowboys.
So halftime show, of course, Maroon 5 with Travis Scott and is Big Boy doing it too? Is that his name? Some other?
I couldn't.
I think he's a rapper.
I knew it was Maroon 5 and Travis Scott. But.
Will it be good?
Okay, I don't think so because they're never good. That's just if you watch the national championship game and the halftime show there with Imagine Dragons and Lil Wayne.
Oh my gosh,
that was the worst thing of all time. I had to turn it off. It was so bad.
I don't think people sound as good live. I think that's just the problem.
I think they don't sound good live. But also, I have heard at Super Bowl games, the halftime show is not a big deal to them. If you're actually at the stadium, no one really cares. So. Does it matter? Not really. I probably will listen to it anyway.
And I think Maroon 5 is a good group. I like their music, but and same
with Travis Scott, but we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. We dodged a huge bullet because they almost got Cardi B to do it. And that
no thanks.
Truly awful.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Cardi B's not too bad.
No, Cardi B's pretty bad.
I mean, whatever. It's opinions. I don't think she's terrible, but I mean, whatever. She didn't want to do it because of Colin Kaepernick. That's a different issue.
Let's just compromise and say she's terrible. Okay. So I found a lot of cool Super Bowl prop bets for the thing, and I wanted to get your opinions on some of them. So first off, simple one. Odds to win Super Bowl MVP, Brady is the favorite at plus 110. Then you have Goff second, and he's 225. The next closest is Todd Gurley at 1,400, followed by Sony Michel 1,600. And then Anderson, Donald, and White are all tied at 2,000.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to win the MVP?
So I don't think it'll be Tom Brady because, like we said last week, they have a good running game going. So if you just drive the bus, you don't really have great games statistically. You just have a good bus driver game. So, I mean, unless it ends up a situation where he has to throw a bunch of touchdowns and whatnot to save the game, he won't win MVP. I could see Gurley being the MVP if he takes off, like if that offense takes off like it usually does, or it could be Goff. I think the explosive offense will probably have an MVP on it because I think the Rams are going to win. So it's going to be someone from the Rams. I think it'll be either Gurley or Goff.
I agree with you on Brady with the touchdowns because I think last year he in the Super Bowl threw for something like 525 yards, but he only threw for like maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. I forget.
Right.
But I think it'll be kind of similar this year where he'll put up the yardage, but he won't necessarily be throwing touchdowns. I'm actually going to pick, because I think the Patriots win, I think Sony Michel is going to win the MVP.
Like I said, given the way the offenses have played the past couple of weeks, I think that's a good pick. Tom Brady hasn't really been the one carrying that team to wins. It's really been their running game.
He's had multiple touchdowns over the last few weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I said, I mean, that's a good pick to me. So the only way I see that not being true is, like I said, if the game gets away from the Patriots and, like, in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady might lose some kind of
and they're not running the ball.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the only way that happens, I think, in my opinion. But yeah,
I also would love to see James White win it. I quite like him. He's a good, pass catching back.
Or like I always like seeing defensive players win it. So like Aaron Donald.
Maybe.
Really cool. I mean,
if he comes up,
this is a game for Aaron Donald to come to play. So if he can show up and have a couple sacks and be a forced fumble or something like that.
If the Rams win, I think it will.
If you're not going to give him MVP of the league, give it to him for Super Bowl if he plays well.
I agree. So another one. This one I think I don't understand why the line is at this over under Jared Goff. 0.5 interception. So basically, will Jared Goff throw an interception? Yes, he will.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening. I mean, he's. I don't like whenever I think of Jared Goff, I don't think of like someone who's like wild with the football. So he does throw picks every now and then. But that's every quarterback.
But young QB in his first Super Bowl.
The pressure might get to him. It really depends how the defense plays, how the running game works out for the Rams, how the O line's performing, which they have a pretty good O line and a good running game, obviously. So I mean. This is what I'm saying. Like, really, both of these quarterbacks, they don't have to carry the team on their back. They just have to be bus drivers to really do well in this game. So, I think he will throw a pick, maybe. But I mean, yeah.
Put your money on it, kids.
Yeah.
Listen to us. So, just talked about Tony Romo. I got some Tony Romo ones here.
Okay.
How many plays will Tony Romo correctly predict? Over under 7.5.
I'm going to go with over.
I would also go with over.
Like I said, Tony's just so smart. And, like, even though he's an announcer now, he still studies the film. And he's like, he knows what's happening. So, yeah.
How many plays are in the Super Bowl? If it's 60, he will predict 60 correct.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that. But I think he'll have at least, I think maybe 10.
10?
10 for
wow.
sure.
I'll go 12.
Yes.
Just to up you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go 13.
Okay, wow.
Take that.
So, another one. Will Jim Nantz and Tony Romo say Philly special during the game?
Oh, there is no question. Because they've been saying, like,
every single time.
Announcers have been talking about Philly special every game I've watched this year. Like, they cannot get over the Philly special, okay? It's like,
I think they'll say it like 5 times.
Get over it, okay? It was a great play. It's cool. Like, congrats. But
the Patriots are going to get the ball down the goal line.
Trick plays happen, okay?
They're going to call the Philly special here?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be for sure. That'll be.
But he's not Nick Foles, so Tom Brady can't catch it, though.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Rip.
Okay, so here's some ones that aren't necessarily, like, game-related.
Right.
Will the national anthem sung by Gladys Knight exceed 1 minute and 50 seconds? That's a really long time.
I don't really know how long the national anthem usually lasts. I never, like, counted out in my head.
I think it's usually a minute and a half. I think it's going to be under as well.
I think it'll be under that. I don't know.
Unless Fergie came out at the last second and sang
Yikes.
it.
That was brutal.
That was the worst.
I think that'll be under. I don't really see it going over 150.
Okay, so then we talked about Maroon 5's halftime show. Do you know Maroon 5 songs well enough?
No, but maybe. Okay. I know Maroon 5 kind of, but I don't really know.
What song do you think they will open the halftime show with? We have Makes Me Wonder as the leader, followed by One More Night, Animals, and then Don't Want to Go, Girls Like You, and Moves Like Jagger, and also Sugar, tied for fourth.
Let's open it up with Moves Like Jagger. That's
Dude,
what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
I'm going for a risky pick.
That's a big one.
But that's the most iconic song I can think of when it comes to.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll open with that one.
So I mean, they'll play it at some point.
I think they definitely will play it.
If not them, I think maybe Animals. That's
that's my pick. I'm gonna go with Animals.
So I think one of those two.
Because that's not their
Moves Like Jagger.
That's not their biggest hit, but I think they're gonna open with something like familiar. Right. And I think that's what they'll go with.
I agree with that.
Will Adam Levine wear a leather jacket? Yes is heavily favored.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be against it and say no.
No, you don't think so?
He's gonna go sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, like either way.
Bold.
Bold move? Yeah, okay.
Over under how many times they show Tom Brady's wife Giselle on TV? 1.5. I think they definitely show her once. Will they show her twice?
They show her once for sure. You know, I'll say yeah. It'll be 2 times.
I think it'll be 2 times. Well, because if they score late near the game, they'll put her celebration.
No, okay, they're going to have her in the beginning, like in the pre-game warm-ups or whatever, you know, right when the game's starting maybe. And then you won't see her until like the last 2 minutes of the game. Whenever whoever wins, and if it's the Patriots winning, then it'll be shot.
They had one as well.
So that's my prediction. The 2.
They had one as well of Kylie Jenner just at 0.5. So will they show Kylie Jenner at all? Because Travis Scott's performing at halftime. I say no. I say no.
I don't think so. No.
Nobody cares.
No. I mean, what does it matter?
And then over under the number of dogs in Super Bowls commercials this year, 5.5.
Easily over. The commercials, they try to appeal to your emotions, okay? And what gets you going more than a puppy, all right? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be...
I'm watching the game with my girlfriend. This is what she's watching the game for, is to see the dogs in the commercials.
So next week in our show, we have to do a favorite commercial segment.
Yes, sure. We will have top 5 commercials next week. I'm glad you thought that, because I thought that as well.
Yeah, that was some I just thought of right now, but
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I love commercials in the Super Bowl, so I'm looking forward to them.
Wow, hosts thinking alike.
That's
here.
right, on the same page here.
All right, so those are all the prop bets I wrote down. We'll see if we made some people some money.
All right, yeah.
I would definitely, if you're going to bet on it, take the Jared Goff over 1 interception. He's going to throw an interception.
Yeah, he'll throw an interception. He's not having a perfect game. I don't think he will. But hey, drive the bus, Jared.
Drive the bus. All right, dude. So you ready to move on to some fan mail? We got another question.
Another question. Wow.
All right. So in our growing popularity, people are just dying to have us answer some questions.
Right.
This week we have a question from one Joseph Coltisco.
Wow. Hey, Co. What's up, bud?
Wow. Big fan.
Love to hear from you.
Due to the family nature of this show, I've censored out the word he has called us in the opening. Boy. But he says, "Hey-yo, bleep, female dogs," we'll just say. Bleep. Long-time listener here, and got a big-time question for you. First off, got to agree with Baker for O'Roy, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I thought he had 7 wins in him at my fantasy football draft and got harshly harassed for my opinion. I actually bet him $20 on that and sadly lost.
Yes, you did. That. But you feel dumb now.
Well, Hugh Jackson. He also says, secondly, being a show all about hot takes, quote-unquote, I just thought the show could be a bit more violent. But maybe that's just me.
That is definitely you, Co.
Yes. Maybe my question is, if you could eliminate one team from the NFL, who would it be and why? P.S. Y'all are so hot.
Well, wow. Thanks, Co. Really
thank you for your question. When it comes to the violence, is he suggesting when we say Hugh Jackson should never coach again, we should take his left arm instead as punishment?
No, I don't think we should do that. But, we'll keep it, pretty tone over here, Co. We're not going to have any violence on the show, except for towards the refs. Screw those guys. But, okay, team that you want taken away from the NFL. What do you think, Carson?
Okay, so the hate in me, my first thought was the Patriots. But then I said, wait a second. I'm not going to punish someone for winning. That is success. Mm-hmm. I may hate that team as much as I do, but that's literally the goal. So
right.
I will never punish success. So
yes.
What teams do I immediately think of? Teams with turmoil, teams with poor front office,
There's no way you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
No, I'm not going to say the Steelers. I'm not saying the Steelers. You think I'm going to get rid of my favorite
I don't
team?
know, but what you're describing is the Steelers, but go ahead.
Yes, that's
Go
true.
ahead on. Go ahead.
I think of teams like the Browns, whose front office is so dysfunctional.
They're on the rise.
They are
now.
on the rise.
I'm with them.
I'm trying to think of teams that are dysfunctional. Maybe like the Bucks.
No, the Bills.
Maybe oh my gosh, the Bills.
Or the Raiders. Okay, I know the Raiders are like a historic team, but they've been bad for a long time now. And John Gruden's turned the team apart, but
they're also moving. Like they're not
He's
even
going to Las Vegas
anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever. That's cool though. But, I mean, okay, if it's me picking this right now. I mean, of course, I want to go with like a team I hate, but at the same time, like I enjoy rivalries in the NFC East, so I don't want to get rid of those. So I'm gonna say probably like the Bills, just because they're a team I never really cared about. Like when I think of the Bills, I don't think of NFL. I just think the garbage.
I kind of like the Bills though.
I mean, wow.
I find enjoy because like I don't know. It's kind of like the
Peterman's
Browns.
Gone. Okay, like
it's kind of like the Browns. Like you see them lose so much, and you want them to win.
They haven't got my sympathy yet because the Browns are bad for like a long.
And I think Josh Allen's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, I like Josh Allen. That guy, I think, is a baller. I like that guy. So I'm with you.
Maybe the Jags. I really just hate their fan base because they have one good year.
The Jags to me, they're also like the Browns. Like they have been bad for long as I can remember. Honestly, they've been bad.
They had one good year. They start talking all this stuff. They got Blake Bortles as their quarterback. Like, what do you want?
Like, the fan base is atrocious. Like they got really hot heads, and of course they got let down this year. So that's sad for them. But I still kind of like. I don't mind the Jaguars.
I'm not picking the Browns because I do like the Browns.
I like the Browns. Okay, like I said, everybody has a soft spot in their heart for the Browns. Okay, like that's just a thing. So I can't say the Browns. I think it's the Bills for me.
I'm taking the Jags just because I do not like them.
Your opinion.
So
or the Dolphins.
Oh yes.
I don't like
what
Dolphins.
Are they doing down there?
I just forgot they're a team. Or the Buccaneers. Everything in Florida is just bad right now. They're just a bad state to have football in right now.
The Dolphins are like they're not bad, but they're so like. Always average that you just don't think of.
Yeah,
them.
they're always average. Like they're never like bad. It's just because they play in the AFC East.
Yeah.
Just with Patriots in that division, you're not going to win it. It's
even the years the Patriots don't win it. Like the Jets, they let the Jets win it the last time someone other than the Patriots won it.
Doesn't even matter.
Get out of here!
15 years since the Patriots have lost it or whatever it is. So brutal.
All right, so very excited for this next segment. Elijah and I got to sit down with Liberty's own Mr. Rott, Duke Davis.
Mr. Duke Davis.
We were so grateful for him to sit down and talk with us, and we went and recorded an interview with him, and we're going to play that for you right now. All right, and welcome into the Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks exclusive interview with Mr. Duke Davis, the district manager of Sodexo and Rott manager, Mr. Rott himself, Duke Davis.
Yes,
How are we doing today?
Hello, I'm doing well. How you guys feeling today?
Pretty good.
It's Friday.
Yes,
sir.
Everything's good on Friday.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on the show and letting us talk to you.
No problem at all.
Looking around your office here, see a bunch of Cowboys memorabilia. We understand you're a big Cowboys fan.
I am a huge Cowboys fan.
Yes. So, how did you think of the season?
Well, no, I mean, the season actually ended as I kind of expected. You know, I didn't really think this was our year, but I didn't expect us to do as well as we did.
Yeah.
Right. You know, when we were, 3-5, I mean, I felt, well, it's going to be another one of those years. But then all of a sudden, that resurgence and, the defense just became like just the backbone of this year. And so I was happy. I mean, we were close. It was a little bit disappointing that we did not show up as well as we should have against the Rams. But I thought even if we had to go to New Orleans, that would be a tough feat for us.
For sure, I agree. Also, I'm a Cowboys fan, and so I really had the same mentality you had going in. Was like, this probably wouldn't be our year. But then, around the bye week, we got Amari Cooper. You guys started to turn around there. I really had a change of heart about it. I thought we could actually make a serious push, and we did. Like you said, didn't come through in the Rams game. But one of the parts of the season that was kind of criticized was the Amari Cooper trade and the first-round pick for that. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you think it was a good move?
I mean, I think it was a great move. I mean, you think about what's out there at a first round, to get a rookie out there. I mean, here you got a guy from Alabama who was a stud at Alabama. It's been – maybe his play's been a little bit inconsistent, when he was with the Raiders. But, new life, new fresh start for him. He's got a team that's got a good young core. Like, we are the youngest team pretty much in the NFL. So for us – I think it's a great deal. I mean, so we don't get that 27th pick this year,
Sure.
but I feel that, to get a guy like that now in the prime, still so young. I mean, I think it was a great trade.
Yeah, I think it really helped Dak out as well.
Yeah.
Part of that young team is Dak Prescott, who is very young. Some people criticize his ability to throw downfield. Kind of. Do you think that he is the franchise quarterback going forward, or would you like them to look somewhere else?
I honestly, first of all, I'm a Dak fan. He does not have the skill set of a number one draft, quarterback, but he's a 4th round pick, and and for a guy to come in to be a 4th round pick, to come in and be thrown right into the NFL because Tony Romo got hurt, and the job that he did, I feel that we definitely just need a better scheme for him. He was underutilized. Yes, he doesn't have a strong arm, but Drew Brees doesn't really have a strong arm. He has an accurate arm. He doesn't have a strong arm. So my feeling is that I think that we just need to get a new offensive coordinator who can utilize Dak for the skills that he has, using his legs and using that run-pass option there. And I feel that, he will be okay. I am concerned that we need to get a legitimate backup quarterback. I'm not really sold on Cooper Rush, but
for sure, I'm not either.
So if Dak goes down,
we don't have anything else there. Yep. I'm of the same mind you are. I actually like Dak. I think he is not the best passer, obviously, in the league, but I think it'd be premature to just kind of write him off at this point, just because he's still young, 3rd-year quarterback, still developing. So I think give him another year and see how it really goes with a new coordinator, like you said. Because we fired Scott Linehan this week, actually.
That's very exciting.
You like that move? Yeah,
I love that move.
I'm of the same opinion because my view was he came to Dallas for Romo, and then of course Romo didn't work out because of injuries and retirement, and he's been dealing with a quarterback, which is not really what he wanted.
Right.
So I think this is a good move. And recent reports, it might be Kellen Moore, the QB's coach. Do you like that idea?
I mean, if I listen to the media, honestly, I listen to Dallas Talk Radio in my office here all the time. So, I mean, if I listen to what they're talking about in Dallas, I mean, they've said the kid's brilliant. So, I say, hey, give him a shot. Just because he wasn't really a great quarterback doesn't mean he doesn't have the skill set to do that. I mean, everyone says that the guy is like an offensive genius, and the last offensive genius that everyone's been talking about right now is going to the Super Bowl right now, and so. 3 years ago, McVay? Was it McVay?
McVay.
Sean McVay 3 years ago was the tight ends coach for the Washington Redskins. Nobody knew who he was. So
I agree, and my thing about that is he's only playing. I think 2 seasons ago he was actually a player on the Cowboys, and just the quick turnaround. I'm a little bit skeptical of his ability, but we'll see. He has Dak support, so if they make that hire, I'm excited to see where it goes. But I'm not totally sure. But he is, like you said, young, so maybe he's got talent.
I look at it this way. Jason Garrett probably has, this year's probably his do or die year. Sure. And so, he got a fresh start, bring in Kellen Moore. If it doesn't work out, you change the whole process next year.
From the top down, right? So do you think that Garrett is on the ropes this season, or do you think
I think
he's
that
secure, or what do you
I don't think he's secure. I think that, he's really got to coach for his job. Right. He's got to coach for that extension, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes we have to perform in our positions to be able to, continue on what we do.
Would you like to see a more experienced coach than Garrett, or do you like him?
I think that Jason Garrett was the right person for the team. I feel that the players respect him. I mean, I know the players really like him. Not that they can take advantage of him, and they just, he speaks to them like a man. He treats people with respect. You listen to his press conferences; they're not always flashy. Never demeans anybody in front of the press. I mean, he's just an ultimate professional person. He's been there a long time. So I mean, and we haven't had tremendous success with him, but he hasn't been a horrible coach either. I mean, you look at some other coaches out there. I mean, we've won only three. He's only won 3 three playoff games. However, man, he's had successful winning seasons.
Yes.
So I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that are switching their coaches up every other year.
And I think a lot of that, too, is playing to the strengths. Like we said, Dak isn't the best thrower, but their run game with Zeke is incredible. I think I saw a stats or something when he got 20 or more carries, they were 7-0.
Yeah.
And when he didn't, they were I think 2-6 or something.
Right.
So getting him the ball, I think, is very important for their offense.
I feel that if Tony Romo did not injure his back that year in the preseason, Dak's freshman year, that would have been a team to reckon with, because Tony Romo never really had that running game that Zeke brought to the team.
I agree 100% because I like Romo. That was my guy. And I always thought he got too much hate because he was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's Hall of Fame, in my personal opinion. He didn't win the big games, of course. He wasn't clutch, as they say. But his record and his years of 5,000-yard pass season, all that kind of stuff, just a great player. So like you said, if he hadn't gotten hurt, I think that would have been
and I like Romo also. I was at the Giant game when Romo got his first shot, when he came in the second half. And, that you're talking about a crowd of people who were just down. We were down in the dumps at that first half against the Giants, and then Romo came out in the second half when they benched Bledsoe, and we were like, "Oh, this guy's awesome," And then all of a sudden, we didn't win the game, but I mean, he just gave that team just a new energy.
The juice, Romo Magic is what they called it.
Yep.
So he's a great player. So going into the offseason for the Cowboys, what is your biggest concern that you want to address?
Well, I feel that we, based on what we saw against the Rams, we're really thin on the defensive line. So I think,
agree 100%.
I think where this team is need right now is just that to really shore up and good line stuffing defensive lineman, someone that can take the pressure off the initial blocks and let our running backs clean it up.
For sure. And I think my biggest concern for the offseason is probably the tight end position, because we had Jarwin kind of come on late in the year. Swain was okay. But other than that, there's really no juice there, I don't think. So I think maybe an early draft or second round pick, maybe someone's there.
I think Schultz and Jarwin are two young guys that both performed. I mean, we have to remember they were thrown right in the fire.
For sure.
You got to remember you're replacing the Hall of Famer Jason Witten, and so they can't be compared to him.
That's very fair. That's true.
So I mean, they got 1 year under the belt. So you get a good tight ends coach, and the guy who worked with him, Nussmeier, he worked with them this year, and those guys both performed, so.
Right. Like I said, going late in the season, they did start to kind of develop more. You saw the progression they made. Yeah. But I still think maybe a bigger name there might be a benefit to Dak in the offense. But we'll see how all that goes. So you said you're from New Jersey, correct?
Yes.
So tell us about how you got your start being a Cowboys.
So my father was from North Carolina, and so he grew up down here, and then, he eventually moved up to the Northeast there, and so just growing up, I mean, he became a Cowboys fan. So when he was living in North Carolina, you lived in North Carolina, you're either a Redskin fan or a Cowboy fan, and so he was a Cowboys fan, and obviously every son wants to kind of follow his father's footsteps, and that's who you end up watching, and all my friends that I grew up with were like Jets and Giants fans, and and so I had no problem being that guy. It didn't help also. It didn't hurt also that growing up when I was a kid, Roger Staubach was the quarterback. So
great player.
So we had kind of a cool team, and you call it, maybe I was a front runner, in the back in the day, but I went through some bad seasons, and then I was able to enjoy it.
You paid your dues.
Paid my dues, and I was able to enjoy it in the '90s. When my kids started to get born, and so I don't know. It's been. I've worked in all the Northeast cities. I've worked in Philly, I've worked in D.C., so I've had
enemy territory.
Yes, enemy territory, exactly. So
well, that's awesome. So tell us who your favorite all-time Cowboys player is.
Well, I mean, there's been so many. There are just so many great players. I mean, I was always growing up. I guess I was a fan of Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson. Probably in the '90s, I would have to say, I loved Emmitt Smith. I just thought he was just a classy guy and just really worked hard. Darren Woodson. If I had to tag a favorite player, it would probably be DeMarcus Ware, just because he's
that guy.
The guy just played his career with the utmost class in a time and age where football players just weren't that kind of a class. They just kind of stayed in trouble, and it was all about the monetary bling and all that stuff. And DeMarcus Ware was just kind of a grounded person from little old Troy State in Alabama.
For sure, like you said, so many great players in the Cowboys' history. So I think DeMarcus Ware is a great choice for that.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite current player on the team right now?
I like Dak. I wouldn't say he's my favorite. I actually this year though I was loving the two linebackers, man. I was loving Vander Esch
and Jalen Smith.
And Jalen Smith, those two guys, man. But I think I'd have to say Jalen Smith. I mean, just to look what the kid has come through with that horrific knee injury. Right. I mean, the guy looked like the Bionic Man with that leg now.
Yeah, I think those two, if they just have time together to develop over the offseason and keep playing together, that'll be a deadly
absolutely
in the future. Probably one of the best.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass it on here to Carson and ask the next question.
Sure.
All right, so we were talking about the Cowboys' offseason moves. Our own Liberty University made a pretty big offseason move, bringing in former Ole Miss coach Hugh Freeze to run the football program. Yeah. Are you excited for this season?
I'm totally excited. I felt that that the team was needing a fresh start. I felt that they, Turner Gill did a great job to put Liberty on the map, and I just felt that for us to take the next step, we really needed someone with more of an offensive mind.
I agree.
To kind of get us over that hump. And, a bigger name is going to obviously attract some more players.
Yes.
Recruits.
And, I thought we had a pretty good FBS debut season.
We did.
And I'm thinking, getting Hugh Freeze, we're going to be able to get more big-name players. Hope maybe getting a bowl game this year.
Yeah. I mean, I think that some of the struggles for the team is they've always been competitive. They've always competed. And they were in all the games. We never got blown out by anybody.
Auburn.
And
Auburn. It's Auburn.
Okay, so we got, honestly, I thought we were going to do something against them.
Yeah.
I really had faith in the boys on that one. But, every game, we were in it. And so, we just kind of ran out of gas, sometimes in the third and fourth quarter. So I just think the conditioning and, just getting more scholarships to be able to bring more players into onto the team here. I feel that they're going to have a good year.
I do too. Buckshot's senior season, right? I believe
Buckshot's a senior. Yeah, I mean the guy's been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, another grounded person now.
Yes.
There's another total class, likable guy. I mean, he's the utmost professional, and he's been nothing but great for this team.
Yes. And is Gandy Golden back as well?
He is. Yep.
He catches all the
I just saw him the other day in the hallway.
Right. Great players.
I hope. I always tease him. I say, "Hey, man, I'm ready. When you graduate, there's going to be a star in your helmet."
Oh yeah. I want him to get drafted. I think he can.
I mean, he's a guy who has the build and the speed and his hands. He's a guy that could probably, hopefully, make it to the next level.
I think he will as well. Our basketball team is also having tremendous success.
Fellas, yes.
17-4. We beat UCLA.
Yep.
We're 6-0 in the Atlantic Sun Conference.
Yep.
We going to March Madness?
Oh, we're dancing, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
We are dancing. I'm gonna dance in the stands with everybody. I'm telling you right now. Last year, the fellas they were so close. And, we would have been dancing if it wasn't for a lucky Hail Mary shot. Other than that, I mean, I tip my hat to them because they won. But, the team, the basketball team has been peaking over the last couple of years. And just watching who's coming in and the skill set that the guys coming in. And, we shoot lights out now.
That's right.
We shoot lights out. So the only thing I can say is that we need all the fans to get out there and support the basketball team.
Because that's right. For sure.
You look at some of these other schools, you look at Duke, you look at Maryland, you look at, Carolina, Virginia Tech. I mean, they fill their arenas even on a Tuesday night. So we need all the support to like you guys had the other Saturday night when the Vines was rocking.
Packed out. Right?
Yeah, packed out. So we need everybody next Tuesday night against Lipscomb. And
that should be a big game.
Yeah, they're undefeated. That's our big test right there. So the basketball team needs all the support. So put the books down for 2.5 hours. It'll still be there when it's done. Get out in the Vines, be with your friends and family and teammates, and support the teams and just really support Liberty the right way.
That's right. All right, so as we wrap it up here, you're a pretty big influence on Twitter here on campus. We always see your back and forth with people. I don't know if you remember one time, just jokingly, I tweeted you, we can put cookies in the toaster, right? And you tweeted me back, no, angry face emoji.
No. Well, I mean, so, when I first got here, that's what they were doing. people used to take the cookies and put it in the bread toasters.
Come on,
and
people.
it was like,
come on, guys.
And chocolate would melt all in it. So now you get toast and you got it smokes it all up. I mean, it was we spent a lot of money to redesign that breakfast area there. So we wanted to make sure we keep the cookies out of the...
Keep the cookies out of the toasters, people.
Carson. Please.
Yeah. So one of the probably biggest Twitter wars you had was last semester. The campus was a masked vigilante, dare I say, appeared on campus, known as the Banana Vandal.
Yes.
Is he still out there?
No, he's done. He's gone. He's put away his cape and his hiding mask, and he's just retired.
Did you ever find out the identity of the Vandal?
I have an idea.
Whoa! Care to share?
Let's keep it confidential. Don't want to expose the man.
Because I don't want him to come back out and start all this up again, man. I like being on Twitter, but I like being on Twitter for positive things and fun things than to worry about the Banana Vandal.
Yes.
Somebody who just kind of wants...
will be served if he ever
he can come do stuff like this, show your face and come have a conversation with you guys,
Yes, sir.
That's right. All right, well, we want to thank you for coming on the podcast.
I appreciate
very nice
you having me, man.
I was very surprised at almost immediate response when I asked you to come on.
Yeah, man, listen, I mean, ever since I've been on this campus, I've always wanted to just make sure that I, get myself involved with the students, because, if I don't know what the students are looking for, then we can't continue to make improvements on campus. So I have to be grounded with you guys and understand what are you guys looking for. And so I have three college age girls. Well, actually 2 of them are graduated, but my youngest is still in college, and they don't have half the stuff that we do here at Liberty. So this is a great campus. You guys are awesome students here. I love it here. I love my job.
We love you too.
And, anything I can do to just make things fun for everybody.
We love our food on the campus here. So if you have any ideas for Mr. Davis over here, you can tweet him. And can you give us your Twitter handle? Yeah,
it's Mr. Rott with two T's, Mr. ROTT _ at LU. And, or you can just look on the website and you can shoot me an email, or if you see me, you can yell my name. Hey, Mr. Rott, we do have surveys that we take every year. We do a fall survey and a spring semester survey. So get involved with that. We have cool prizes, for people if an opportunity to win some stuff. And we look at the results and take the feedback to improve dining services on campus. So.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. Before we go, can we get your Super Bowl prediction?
It's going to pain me to say this, but
I know what's coming.
I think the Patriots are going to win.
I agree. As much as I hate to say
I think the Rams beating the Saints was a little bit of luck because they didn't get that call.
The refs.
Yes. But they had other opportunities to win the game too.
That's very fair.
But I really wanted to see Patrick Mahomes.
I agree.
It was right there for taking, and if the Chiefs could have played defense,
yes,
they would have won the game. But with that being said, I think Tom Brady has just been an ultimate, absolute phenomenal quarterback over his years, and you can't take it away from him. The guy's the GOAT.
Yes,
he's definitely the GOAT. So I believe that the Patriots may actually win this one.
What's the score?
I think it's going to be like 38-17.
Wow! Blowout!
Blowout win.
I agree with you. I think it's a little bit of the same thing with the Chiefs. The Chiefs, better team, better roster. That coaching staff of the Patriots isn't going to let a young team beat them. Same thing. Sean McVay is like 32 years old. Young team. I don't think they got much for the Patriots this week.
I mean, and the weird part about it is that you look at the Patriots and okay, well, they got Gronk, they got Edelman. But then they have all these no-name people that just always show up out of nowhere,
right?
And just play their hearts out. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's a tough team to beat. I kind of wish we had. I feel like the best teams aren't in it. If to say, I think the Saints were the best team all year. Once the Rams won, I would love to see a rematch, Rams-Chiefs.
I'm pushing myself towards baseball now. Baseball season's right around the corner. And actually, college basketball is doing it too. So
yes,
let's go Flames!
Let's go Flames!
All right. Do it for us.
So thank you again for coming on.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
And best of luck to you the rest of the semester.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview. Big thanks again to Duke Davis.
Yeah, man, we love you, Duke Davis. You guys, really gotta appreciate what he does for us over there at Liberty with Sodexo.
Stop putting bananas on the roof.
Yes, and no cookies in the toasters.
Yes, we learned that the hard way.
Wow.
All right, so we want to get to another weekly segment we do.
Yep.
Elijah's Marvel movie Catchup.
Hey, we're here again. So I watched 2 this week.
Wow. Putting in the work.
Yeah, really just grinding out.
Elijah, what did you watch?
I watched Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Both are great films. And also, I want to make a note. In week 1, I was really harsh on Captain America, which I think was justifiable. But in Age of Ultron, he really showed up, and I really think he was a really cool character in that movie.
I'm glad you finally like America.
It's never been about America. It's been about his fighting style. But in that first opening scene, whenever he was like throwing the motorcycle onto the Jeeps and stuff, and him and Thor doing the hammer thing again, that was really cool. So he gets a bump up in my grade book as far as Avengers go.
What did you think of your boy the Hulk trying to get some with Black Widow?
Hey man, he's respectful about it. He knows what's up. He knows
respect women.
He knows that he can't be like that. So, he's keeping a distance from her, which I respect, But, again, Hulk smash, baby. Love the fighting, dude.
Did you like Ultron as a villain?
Oh, yeah, I think Ultron was a really cool villain. Might be one of the best ones in the series so far. So, yeah, I like that movie a lot.
Tony created him. You hate to see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, good intentions just went awry. So,
And new character in the movie, Scarlet Witch.
It's like Captain America said. He said, people who try to prevent wars end up killing millions, whatever he said. So, really philosophical there.
Wow.
Like that. Wow. As a government major, I enjoy that kind of stuff. So.
Did you enjoy the new characters? Scarlet Witch, who is a big player now in the current movies,
right,
and her brother Quicksilver, who was quickly offed.
Yeah, quickly offed. That was sad, but really sacrificed himself. And when he said didn't see that coming, that was like, oh man, heartstrings got pulled there a little bit.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Quicksilver. Wow.
He ran into Shaggy, the Shaggy meme.
Oh yikes! He did. But yeah, good movie.
So then you watch new character they introduced in the movie, Ant-Man.
Okay, I liked Ant-Man. That was a good movie and a good character. And I don't know why, but I was watching it. It was just so fun to watch, and I really enjoyed it.
Really funny. I think Paul Rudd is great.
Oh, he's a great actor. And, yeah, really great choice for the actor there in this movie. So yeah, I like Ant-Man a lot.
The heist element of it, I think, made it really interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I really like just the plot and.
The shrinking.
The character himself is cool, like how he could control the ants and stuff. That was really cool. Just kind of see the world from a smaller angle because, of course, you have the Hulk who's huge and all these outer space, like Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy, which are really cool. But then you have Ant-Man who just kind of shrinks. In the scene, whenever he used the regulator, turned it off or whatever, whenever he killed what's the guy's name? I forget his name now. The villain, and he was constantly shrinking into atoms and stuff.
The quantum realm.
Yeah, the quantum realm. That was really cool. That was an awesome scene. But yeah, great movie.
I think he's going to be a big player in Endgame. We talked about this in the break. You have watched the Endgame trailer yet? I haven't
watched the Endgame trailer. Okay.
Is it because you're catching up?
My main focus is to get on to the Infinity War movie. That's just my main goal right now. So I haven't even looked yet.
You guys wait till we have this Infinity War
or Captain Marvel. Haven't watched that trailer yet. Or even the new Spider-Man. Nah. So,
can't get spoiled.
I actually don't want to spoil it. Yeah, and then it just hasn't really gone into my mind to do that. So yeah, but great movies.
So up next, Civil War, right?
That is correct. Yes, tonight.
Yeah. Wow. So we'll have a review for that next week. Maybe another one or two.
I think after that comes Spider-Man: Homecoming,
which is really good. I love that movie.
And then Thor Ragnarok, and then I think Black Panther, then Infinity War. So I'm getting close. So maybe by next week I'll have maybe through Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, the road to Infinity War. And you mentioned Black Panther, the now Oscar-nominated Black Panther. Right. Wow.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not a huge film buff, so I don't really know other movies that should have been nominated for Best Picture. I have seen a lot of backlash from the media community and people at large who just think that Black Panther shouldn't be nominated because not only was it not the best movie of the year, it wasn't even the best Marvel movie of the year, superhero movie of the year. So, Infinity War is what I've heard is the best movie of the year.
Yes, I agree with that.
As far as superhero movies go. So I don't know. I think everyone knows the Oscars are they're whack anyway, so no one really cares.
And I'm really glad that a comic book movie finally got recognized as an Oscar movie.
Yeah,
But I
cool.
don't think this should have been the one to do it, if that makes sense. I think like that Dark Knight movie that came back in 2008, that was a really good movie.
That was a great movie. So
and that was not nominated because there was only 5 nominations at that time. Yeah. Now they can do up to 10. And I think the fact that they put Black Panther in there with no best director, supporting actors, best actor, best actress, I don't know, it just seems a little like forced in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good take on that. I think they're trying to force an issue here, which no one discredits the movie. It's a great movie.
It is a good movie.
I haven't seen it yet myself. I'm going to watch it here in the next week or two, hopefully.
I think Michael B. Jordan should be nominated for best supporting actor. Because he was really good in it.
No discredit to Black Panther as a movie, but I think it is being forced in there. Because like I said, I've heard Infinity War is much better. And also, I've heard people say that Aquaman was better. So
I don't think I haven't seen Aquaman, but I doubt
I've heard that from people before, though. So I'm just trying to make a point here that it probably wasn't the best movie as far as superhero goes. So, but you look at the list here. You have written down like you have Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Roma. Is there any more on here?
And Star is Born and Vice.
Star is Born and Vice. I heard Black Klansman was good. Didn't watch it myself. Bohemian Rhapsody, I heard that was good. Okay. Roma, what is that?
Okay, so Roma...
Green Book, what is that? Favorite, what is that?
Okay, Roma is the favorite to win the Oscar right now. It's in the lead.
I have no idea what that is.
I have not seen it. I know it is a Netflix film that is... It's a foreign... I think it's a Mexican film. It's not... Uh-huh. I'm not going to watch it because it's not in English, and I don't like watching movies where I have to read the subtitles.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that is the best movie of the year.
Again, and even like A Star is Born and... Okay, especially Vice. I heard Vice was garbage. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was
I think
garbage.
Vice is a very liberal take on George Bush.
But the point I'm making is like the names being suggested to win the Oscar for Best Picture are ones that at least like I have no idea about.
Like, yeah, I think this is literally a weird list.
I knew Black Klansman was there. I know Bohemian Rhapsody.
Have you seen any of these movies? You're gonna watch Black Panther, obviously, but have you seen any of the other ones?
I have not. No.
Wow.
Because, like I said, I'm not a huge film guy. I'm getting into it more recently, but I'm also kind of busy with school and work and stuff, so I don't have all the time in the world to be watching movies. But the fact that like these are the ones nominated, and I have no idea what they are. I mean, I don't really have any good substitutes anyway. I don't really know.
I would have liked to see
this year, but this list seems garbage.
I would have liked, because you get 10 nominations. They only nominated 8. I would have liked to see them put A Quiet Place on here. I thought that was a really good movie.
Oh, I heard that was great.
And I thought John Krasinski should have been nominated for Best Director for that as well. Maybe Emily Blunt, Best Actress. I thought that was a really good movie, and they didn't give it one thing. I think they might have nominated for some technical thing or something, maybe.
Yeah. I think the main point is like the Oscars is they're putting in movies for these awards that really aren't deserving. I think that's the main thing.
Do we care? Do we care about the Oscars?
Of course not. I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I don't watch what I don't want to watch. You know, that's the main thing. I mean, I'm sure these movies are good. I can't judge them without having seen them. But I follow people on Twitter who are into film, and they seem pretty outraged at the fact that these movies were nominated.
I have seen 2 of these movies. I saw Black Panther, which was very good, but I did not think it was an Oscar movie. I also saw Bohemian Rhapsody, which I like Queen. I love Queen. I didn't think that was an Oscar movie.
Yeah, I heard
either.
that was not that great of a movie.
It was fine, but like it's not an Oscar movie. I've heard The Favorite's good. I've heard Green Book's good. I've heard Roma's good, but I'm not going to watch it. Black Klansman I've heard is good. Star is Born I've heard is good, but not great. And Vice I've heard... It's a very liberal take on, what's the guy's name? The Vice President? Yeah, Dick Cheney and George Bush. So,
yeah. I mean, like I said, the point is I think the Oscars are not doing their job well, like in terms of who they select for these awards. But like I said, it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to watch what I want to watch.
I'm going to watch what I want to watch. And they also don't have a host because Kevin Hart was forced out.
Believe me, their opinion means very little to me.
Because of 10-year-old tweets.
Okay, that's really dumb. They should bring Kevin Hart back, but honestly, he shouldn't even accept it because that's just...
They're not even going to have a host. How do you not have a host for a 3-hour show?
Guess they're going to have to wing it.
But hey, Thanos is nominated for Best Visual Effects for... Avengers Infinity War is nominated for Best Visual Effects.
Oh, is he really?
It's not like Thanos, it's the movie.
How about
but like it's because
Thanos
of Thanos.
Truck?
Whoa, there's the reference.
Thanos
there we go.
Truck.
3rd episode in a row.
That's right.
Thanos
We're on a roll.
Truck.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it yet, obviously, but... I get you.
He looks good.
Because even in the movies I'm watching right now, when they have like a Thanos snippet, he looks pretty.
He looks better than in those other ones.
And that's all you need to know. I'm sure that's great.
Yeah, they really upped it for the Infinity War movie. All right, moving on to our last and final segment here. The NBA All-Star starters were announced last week, I believe. Right. You being the huge NBA guy that you are, I'm sure you have plenty of disagreements and replacements that you would want to put in here. I have listed right here. So how it works is they vote in the people that should. They have the 10 starters. Right. And then they have the 2 people that got the most votes from each conference are the captains, and they were going to do a draft and draft their team. So for the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo was the leading vote getter.
Wow, that was a great pronunciation of the name. I was trying to read it earlier. I couldn't get it down. So.
Well, I'm going to watch Roma later. So
I got you.
Kyrie Irving was also named a starter with Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, and Joel Embiid. All are having great years. In the West, LeBron James is the captain. LeBron James.
Shocker.
Okay. I'll read the rest and then I'll get to my LeBron point. Yeah, James Harden, who has scored like 30 points in like 20 straight games.
He's been playing great. Yeah, he's been playing out of his mind. So that's a great selection.
Even though I think he manipulates the game a bit. He shoots like 20 free throws a game because he baits he grabs people's arms and gets them to. It's really whack. But you can't take away from the numbers.
The way he plays, that's just what he does.
Paul George, who is good to see him get back to All-Star starter level after that injury he had. I
agree. Yep.
Steph Curry and Kevin Durant from the not-so-good Warriors team who are not in line to win a championship this year.
False.
So my thing with LeBron being the captain, LeBron is obviously LeBron. He's very good. He hasn't played in like 3 weeks.
Wait, hold on. Pause. Do you just admit LeBron James is good?
I take that back. LeBum.
There it is.
But he hasn't played in like 3 weeks. He should be on the All-Star team, but how is he the captain and a starter when he's had a groin injury for like 3 weeks to a month and hasn't played?
Well, like I was saying, to you earlier, LeBron James is like arguably the best player of our generation, so of course he's going to get the votes. So that's really all it is.
Yeah, it is fan voted.
If it's just fan voted, then that makes perfect sense to me.
So I know you don't keep up with it as much, but do you have any other players you'd like to? They still have to name the reserves. Do you have any players that you'd like to see on the reserves?
Okay, the one player I can think of, when it comes to mind, when I think about reserve players, maybe even like a potential starter. Should have been Luka Doncic, I think is his name.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. Yeah, there it is. The guy in the Mavericks. I think he's playing out of his mind. What I've seen. I don't really watch
all the Twitter snippets that are coming up on your feed.
Yeah, but I see a lot of them. So guy plays well. So I think he's be a reserve for sure. Yeah, that's about all I know for sure.
I'd like to see
like Russell Westbrook in them, but I mean.
Yeah, Westbrook will be on there. He'll get it. I'd like to see someone who I'm not sure will make it, but Derrick Rose has had.
Oh, he's at Charlotte now, right?
He's in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. That's right. Minnesota. Yeah.
I would I don't know if he will make it, but just seeing him come back from where he was to now playing at that not the same level as MVP season, but close.
Does reserves go off fan vote too, or is that how does that?
Kind of. It all factors in. It goes by player vote, fan vote, and coach vote.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it goes off just like fan vote, I think he'd be.
I think he is high up on the fan vote.
People love that story. So,
yeah, I would like to see him get in.
I'm with that.
Who else would I like to see again? All the Celtics.
Of course. No thanks.
The Celtics reserves haven't really played great this year. I'd like to see Tatum make it maybe. He's had a decent year, not as good as last year. Hayward, who's like one of my favorite players, hasn't had a very good year this year, so I don't think he will make it. I think eventually he will get back to that starter level.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dwight Howard, maybe, if he's not too preoccupied with some extracurricular activities.
Yikes. No thanks.
Exposed on Twitter. I can't really think. Maybe random shout out Pascal Siakam in Toronto, who I'd never heard of for the season, is having a great year. You've never heard of him,
I know.
That
name means nothing to me. I don't know who that is.
I assume the Warriors will make it. Klay Thompson, I assume, will make it.
Oh, yeah.
Draymond, I don't know if he is an all-star player, but he'll make it.
Yeah.
Can you name one more player that you think should be on the team? Can you think of any other NBA player?
Here's who's on here. Give me a second here. No, I can't.
You can't think?
No, not on the spot. I really can't.
All right. So, good show today, Elijah. I think we had some really quality content.
Yeah, considering it's like a down week. Oh, we can mention the Pro Bowl.
Wow. Oh, dude.
Way to go, NFC, losing it every year.
Name something you'd rather watch than the Pro Bowl.
Anything else.
Anything else?
Maybe Roma.
You're
okay,
with no subtitles.
The Pro Bowl is so bad. Well, I took Spanish, so I could probably get some of it done. Like I could understand it without subtitles. But anyway, the Pro Bowl is like the worst thing the NFL has going for it right now. Like it's just not fun. The skills part of it's cool during the week. That's always fun to watch. But
it's such a sport that you can easily get hurt in. It's hard to play just a fun game.
Like for instance, like the NBA All-Star game is like that's kind of fun because like their sport is like less injury prone, you might say. Like it's not
the All-Star game is very high scoring. That nobody plays defense.
My point is like it's a little bit easier to have a fun game in basketball as opposed to football, where it's like big men hit each other all the time. So. I mean, I'm not saying they should get rid of the Pro Bowl, but they should probably find some way to...
Some people like watching that on the internet.
Well, I am not one of those people. I just don't think it's fun. I didn't watch it, honestly. I
didn't watch it
I look at the score every now and then, but...
I think Mahomes won MVP.
Maybe.
Also the winner of our MVP award.
Yeah. It'll probably be the league MVP as well.
I think they announced that the day before Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we will...
Steve Harvey, wow. Hope you got the name right. Thank you.
The mustache.
Love Steve Harvey.
Yes.
I know Co does too, so yeah.
Thanks. Yes.
For the fan mail. Thank you, Co.
Yes. So
shout out to you.
We will talk about the awards next week. We'll obviously talk about the Super Bowl. Top Super Bowl commercials.
Yes.
Okay. What do you, movie-wise, what trailers do you hope to see? I really want to see another Avengers trailer. I think that they said they might show a little preview for it. Rumors, they might show an Episode 9, Star Wars Episode 9. Oh,
dear God,
trailer.
Please don't. They are ruining that series.
They are ruining that series.
All the new ones, they're pretty garbage. The only decent one to me was Rogue One. That was the only decent one to me. I haven't watched Solo. I just feel like watching it.
It's not that
on Netflix, right?
It might be.
I might watch it sometime, but I just.
Would you rather watch Roma or Solo?
At this point, probably Roma.
Whoa!
Apparently it's going to win. So I mean, best picture. So I'll go with that one.
Like as much as The Last Jedi, which is the last installment, I hated. I thought it was so dumb.
Brutal.
I really hope that they finish strong. I really hope that if I see a trailer and something happens in it, I'm going to lose my mind.
I mean, I would love for them to make Star Wars awesome.
Make Star Wars
great again.
That's right.
But they've ruined it. They just have.
Disney, the woman that runs it is Kathleen Kennedy. Get her out.
If she's doing that to the series, get her out. That's all I got to say about it.
Rose Tico, Holdo, my boy Luke.
So bad.
This was not George's plan.
So bad.
All right,
so no thanks.
This is what we have to look forward to next week if there is a trailer for the episode 9.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. We want to thank Duke Davis again for coming on.
Thanks, Duke.
Duke, tell all your high up Liberty friends like Hugh Freeze. If you want to come on the show. And as I said, next week we'll be talking about the Super Bowl top commercials and everything. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, Elijah, where can you follow you?
You can follow me at Elijah_Stacks.
And you can follow me at Carrack, that's CARRAC 323.
And Carson, tell the fans at home where they can email us at to ask us questions.
You can email us at hottakestheshow@gmail.com, and that logo will be popping up right now so you can see it.
Yes.
And it's all in lowercase, so send us an email.
Send us a question.
You can be like local listener Joseph and get their email on.
Yeah, Co. We'll see you on Sunday, buddy, for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing you.
All right. So
thanks for your question.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in again this week.
Yeah,
we really
guys.
appreciate the support, and we'll be back again next week.
See y'all.